Hello and welcome to another Rivals of Ixalan Draft League. This is Old Man Poole. We've opened up Watley here as our rare. I don't think this card is particularly good. I actually haven't seen it in play, period. It is very hard for your opponent to effectively kill. I mean, if you have 3 or 4 creatures in the battlefield and you play it, this goes up to like 7 or 8 mana, loyalty pretty quickly and is a very difficult threat to deal with, but it doesn't do all that much either. The emblem's pretty powerful. And then, I guess you can pump up a creature, but it's probably not all that great of a card, honestly. I think as Planeswalkers go, it's pretty unexciting. Probably the main competition with it in the pack is Bombard, which is a very good card. I think you're happy to play it pretty much always. Kind of can't decide which one I'd take. I guess Watley's kind of the sweeter pick. Bombard's probably correct, though. So I think I'm going to break some hearts and take Bombard here. I do like a couple other cards, Riverwise Augur, Stormfleet Sprinter, but we're going to pass on Watley. Ooh. And we played Hadana's Climb an awful lot. It's pretty dang good, though. I guess there are probably rares I would take over it. The Black-White Procession maybe is just a better card, but there are not many. I guess Tetsamok, probably. Hadana's Climb is really, really absurd. If you watch my channel very much, you'll have seen me wreck some face with it. Also got a Thrashing Brontodon, which is great. It's a little bit of a shame if we're taking Hadana's Climb that we're passing 2 good green cards. It's also Impale, Voracious Vampire. This is a good pack, but I think we're going to take the Climb. Ooh, wow. Man, just rares left and right here. We've also got Bonus Hunger. It doesn't fit particularly well with Hadana's Climb, but is powerful. It's a pretty good Ascend payoff, just getting rid of a lot of your opponent's creatures in the late game. And you frequently can just make your opponent sacrifice a reasonable thing in the mid-game as well. It's bad against other vampire decks, primarily. Things that have lots of 1/1 tokens running around obviously make it a little bit more embarrassing. I think I'm going to take it out of this pack. I think this pack is okay, but not overwhelming. We've got a Skymarcher Aspirant, Martyr of Dusk, which should both be good white pickups. As far as green or red, there's basically nothing here, though, so I think we've got to look into another color. And, I mean, if you ever Ascend, Bonus Hunger does turn into a really pretty powerful effect. You need to kill off 3 of your opponent's creatures, even if they're not your best creature, or opponent's best creatures, is still a very real payoff. Man, we're just getting so many rares past here. Could take Form of the Dinosaur. I don't really know what direction to go. Form of the Dinosaur is good if you're aggressive enough. I'm not actually seeing a whole lot of green coming around. Not tons of blue either. I feel like we're getting lots of tugs into black-white maybe here. I guess Exultant Skymarcher is probably the best of the black cards here. We have Forward on the Coalition, which is fine as well. Or I guess best of the vampire cards. Exultant Skymarcher is white. Maybe we'll pick this? I don't know, I feel like we're getting tugged in a couple different directions here. Don't really like Strength of the Pack, though. Form of the Dinosaur, I don't know. I think it's okay, but I think you do want to be pretty aggressive. I'm not sure it's something you should pick up early. There's a Merfolk Mistbinder. Man, I have no idea which direction to go. I'm kind of tempted to take the Mistbinder if we could just play Merfolk, maybe. Merfolk's a little bit risky. Does seem to be that there's maybe one Merfolk drafter at a table, and even then it doesn't always come together perfectly. This is kind of late, though. This is 5th pick, and this is a very real payoff for the Merfolk deck. Otherwise, what are we taking? Like, I guess maybe Voracious Vampire if we're trying to try and be black-white. I think we're just going to take the Mistbinder, though. I guess Frilled Deathspitter would be fine to follow up Bombard. I think this is the highest power area that we have in the beginning of the deck, so I think I'm going to try and make Merfolk work, and we'll hope it doesn't burn us. Merfolk can be very, very good, and these are 2 very good payoffs for it, but you need to open, I think, a little bit more than average. We're going to take a Mistcloaked Herald, though, if we're going down this path. I think this is a very good card in the Merfolk deck. And I guess we'll pick another one right now. I do like Deadeye Rigcaller fine, although it's not quite as synergistic. Release to the Wind is the card that doesn't do anything, right? Pretty much. Okay, so you can like re-trigger and enter the battlefield ability, but that's kind of it. I don't think Merfolk generally wants to make Secrets of the Golden City work. We're more likely to want Naturalize or Plummet. Probably Plummet. Those are both pretty good sideboard cards. Well, I guess now I've got twice the Plummets. I could take Spirewinder. Yeah, maybe we should. We might be light on playables given how long it took to find our direction here. Guess we'll take the Rig Hauler as well. And we'll have to hope that the Merfolk Mistbinder wasn't a trap. Guess I'll take Sworn Guardian here. Sea Legs, I think, is fine. Is it better than Sworn Guardian? It might be. This is good, cheap interaction. I think we want to take the Merfolk card, though. And just try and hedge as hard as we can. We're hoping to open like another Mistbinder, something similar. Okay. But we do have, like, some cheap interactive threats. I guess the true dream is that we get to play with the Merfolk Mythic, but probably not crazy likely. That was funny, though. I think I've never seen so many rares get passed in the first round. We passed a rare, we took Adonis Climb, but then we saw Bonus Hunger and Form of the Dinosaur. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Passed to Watley. Someone picked it up. That may not have been correct. I don't know. Watley definitely is a sweet card. It's funny, green has not felt particularly open, but we do have two very good green-blue payoffs. Hopefully the second pack, maybe we can snipe some of the green cards that come around. I'll have to hope that maybe in the third pack my opponent that's drafting green heavily isn't necessarily in Merfolk, so we can still get like River Herald's boons. Ooh, a disappointing pack. It's not what we want to see. We could take Bombard and then have two of those and maybe try and pick up like an Evolving Wilds to splash them. Forerunner of the Empire's a pet card of mine, definitely. Great in Dinosaurs. Throwback's pretty unexciting. I think we're just gonna take the Bombard here. Ooh, yeah, don't love having to first pick an off-color card. We do have a lot of incentive to try and play these now. Oh man, another Bombard, Raging Regisaur, and another Forerunner. And not a Merfolk to be seen. This is looking pretty bad. I guess we just take, I don't know, I guess we could take like Hardy Veteran. I think we're just gonna take Bombard though, and try and pick up an Evolving Wilds pretty aggressively. Yeah. And I mean, we could still just play like blue-red, although the Merfolk that we have are not particularly good in blue-red. We just take a Trailblazer here. Take it as a sign that maybe we should be going in a different direction. I think the Trailblazer is the best of the cards. We could also just take River Darter. It's okay. Not great, but it's okay. I think we're going to do that. I still think that playing Adonis Climb and Merfolk Mistbinder are very real payoffs. But yeah, we're not looking great. Okay, Jungleborn Pioneer is a pretty great pickup here. Oh, there's also an Evolving Wilds. Man, having access to 3 Bombards is really important though. But Pioneer is just like perfect for Mistbinder. I think I am going to take the Pioneer. We may regret that. We really do want to be able to play all 3 Bombards, I think. Okay, we're getting hooked up a little bit now. We have a Silvergill Adept, which is pretty good. And we also have a Waterknot. Which would we like more? If we are saying that we're going to be able to splash the Bombard, Silvergill Adept might be correct. Waterknot's very good removal, but it's maybe a little bit less necessary. And the Adept is very good if we've gotten a good number of Merfolk. There's not an impossible chance this wheels. It would have to be one of that and Tianali's Crown, probably the last cards in the pack. So someone would probably take it over like Canal Monitor. I think I might still take the Adept. Oh man, that's close. Waterknot's definitely not going to wheel though. Alright, nothing much for us out of this pack. I guess we can take another Spirewinder. Maybe these guys will have to be our finisher. Yeah. Oh, okay, Forerunner of the Heralds is a great pickup. Kitesail Corsaro would also be perfectly playable. I think we passed one of those a couple of packs ago, but Forerunner is nice. I do think it's likely we're probably the only Merfolk drafter at the table. We're seeing some stuff fairly late, so if we open up some good cards in the third pack, we could get there. I guess let's take Hardy Veteran over Slippery Scoundrel and Sworn Guardian. I guess Guardian's a little better with Forerunner. Yeah, maybe Guardian's just good enough that we should be playing for Merfolk payoffs. Hardy Veteran's definitely a better card in a vacuum, but man, I'm filled with so much, like, anxiety here. We put together one good Merfolk deck in the format. Haven't really tried since. Yeah, it just feels like there's not quite enough cards to make the archetype work consistently. And the cards that are like really great for the archetype are just really good in general. Like Jungleborn Pioneer, everyone's going to take that card. Friddleback or a Spirewinder? I think we already have 3 Spirewinders. Could take a Secrets, Curve Filler, or a little bit of card draw. Maybe we wouldn't hate having a little bit of card draw. We're hoping to empty our hand fairly quickly. Maybe this is a good way to refuel. Okay, Jadecraft Artisan I think is playable, if not exciting. I think we'll take an Aggressive Urge here over the second Artisan. We do need a couple of combat tricks to get through, and you're never positive that you're going to get River Herald's boons. Okay, another Artisan's okay. And another Aggressive Urge. Okay, so obviously didn't see the Water Knot come around. It's maybe possible that Silvergill Adept would have, but not sure it's something you can really count on either. We did pick up a bunch of playables kind of right there at the end, which is nice, but I think we still need this last pack to be pretty good for us. We need to see like Shapers of Nature, One with the Wind, or Charging Monstrosaur. We didn't end up picking up anything for the Bombards. I also have Pirate's Cutlass, very good at the Mist-Cloaked Heralds. Maybe just great in general. Oh man. It's just not a lot that lets us splash for the Bombards in this last pack. We could still end up being like, no, I don't think we really can afford to be either blue-red or green-red. I think I'm going to take Pirate's Cutlass. I think this is a pretty good card that lets us pair up like our Sworn Guardians and get in there. I think it's something the Merfolk deck is pretty happy to play. I think Charging Monstrosaur hurts, though. I'm just not confident we can play the Bombards, even. Can't remember. Would we take over the Evolving Wilds? I think we took Jungleborn Pioneer. We can argue about whether that's correct or not all day. Jungleborn Pioneer definitely does fit with the theme a little bit better. Ooh, another miss for us. We've got a Dive Down, I guess, out of this pack. Oh, no, we have a Pirate's Cutlass. I guess we play 2. We're a bit tight on creatures. I think it is better than a Dive Down? Question mark? Cutlass does let us turn a bunch of our kind of middling Merfolk into serious threats, which is powerful. And plus they look super snazzy holding on to them at the same time. Oh, well, yeah, I guess Water Trap Weaver's quite good. I was going to say there's not tons for us here, but Water Trap Weaver is something we want. I was going to say Stormfleet Spy is fine. The Weaver is a Merfolk, and a pretty good tempo play at that. I haven't seen very much of the bounce that goes along with it, and we're very light on removal without the Bombards. But it's possible that we can just kind of run on Mist-Cloaked Heralds, Pirate's Cutlasses, and Hidana's Climb, and just be aggressive enough that sometimes our opponent can't interact. Alright, so good card here. Very happy to pick up a Merfolk Branchwalker. Still would play a Dive Down if we got it, but Branchwalker I think is one of the less, like, overt Merfolk payoffs, but it's good. It's a good green card. I think you'll play it every time you get it. Jungle Delver or Water Trap Weaver out of this pack. I could have a Marauding Looter. Yeah. Don't think Deep-Root Waters is very good still. We don't actually have tons and tons of Merfolk anyway, and now you have to do a lot of work before that card is something you're really happy with. I guess Water Trap Weaver is probably better than Jungle Delver, just straight up. So we have Ixalan's Keeper here, a Cancel, or a Daggertooth. We're going to have to assume these Bombards are not getting played now. The tragedy. We maybe could have gone into red. We've seen a lot of open red cards for sure. You're just seduced by Hidana's Climb. This is a good card. Like, I think it's worth trying to force to play, but we maybe could have put together a better deck and like picked up that Evolving Wilds and splashed for it or something. I guess we'll take the Ixalan's Keeper here. Well, maybe we want Cancel. We're at 22 playables. We could play Spirewinders if we needed them. Cancel's a nice sideboard card. I think those are both pretty unexciting. Hey, another Water Trap Weaver. They're starting to look pretty good on the tempo side there. And Tishana's Wayfinder. Some really good, yeah, late red. I think we could have had a sick red deck. Too late now, though. Too late now. The One with the Wind Wield. We also have Runaground and Depths of Desire. Man, I want all those cards. Do we just need more interaction? We have literally nothing other than like tapping stuff out of the way. We have no kill spells. Maybe we would just like a Runaground more than One with the Wind. Is that crazy? That's probably crazy. One with the Wind just lets you steal so many games. I think I'm just going to take it. Hey, Dive Down's nice, especially to follow the One with the Wind. I think we were the only Merfolk drafter, but sometimes that's just not quite enough, I think. We play 15 lands in this deck? We might. We do have power here. We're just very fragile, like very one-dimensional. We've got to curve out and hit our opponent pretty hard, pretty fast, or we lose. Crash the Ramparts actually isn't a terrible pickup. Dive Down's another good one. Don't like Old Growth Dryads much, even though it is potentially powerful. Headwater Sentries, an okay sideboard card, or... I mean, it's fine with 1 at the wind. It carries the Pirate's Cutlass fairly well. It is a big threat, but I think that we'd rather have, like, Jadecraft's Artisans most of the time. Let's cut that. I think Sully's Keeper came around. Kind of want to look and see how our curve lines out. Yeah, I don't know. We may not have just absolutely oodles and oodles of power, but we did fill out an awful lot in the Ixalan pack that helped our curve look better and just kind of the deck in general. Picking up 3 Water Trap Weavers in the last pack is kind of crazy, and 2 Pirate Cutlasses. We didn't take very much that we weren't going to play there. Those triple bombards in the sideboard that were going to haunt me, though. It should have either, like, really aggressively picked up that Evolving Wilds, or just shifted into red in general. We had so many signals. I mean, 2 of those were early picks. Actually, all 3 of them were early picks. We first picked a bombard, and then got one, pack 1, or pack 2, pick 1, and pack 2, pick 2 as well. But I think the deck does look fine. Didn't get any River Herald's boons. It's unfortunate. I think Crash the Ramparts probably bites the dust. I think Aggressive Urge is going to be better most of the time. Do like a good healthy number of creatures here. Maybe cut a Sworn Guardian. Is Sworn Guardian better than Ixali's Keeper? I don't think so. We have some pretty solid Merfolk payoffs, but the 1/3 is going to be a little bit less exciting most of the time. Cut. I think the Rig Hauler is something we want as well. I'm actually not completely sure what to cut. We could remove 1 Dive Down. Maybe having 2 is a few too many tricks, and Aggressive Urge is going to be better most of the time. We might change it up based on the deck, since 1 with the Wind is something you really want to protect, and so is like Mistbinder. Is it crazy, crazy greedy to play 15 lands here? It might be. We don't have really, really tough mana requirements. Merfolk Mistbinder's #1 offender. We could play a Dive Down and cut like a Jadecraft Artisan. Just try and be really low to the ground. Could also just play some number of Spirewinders. That feels probably not great though. I think we probably would still want 16 lands with the Pirate's Cutlasses. Maybe not though. I actually think I'm going to try 15. This is very low, and this may cause more mulligans than I would like to see. But I think we lack power, so we just need to keep playing threats and get in there against our opponents. I do like heavier emphasis on islands than forests. Think we'll play this. Hadana's Climb. Gotta win us another series. It's such a good card. Yep, I think this is what it is, for better or worse. I will see you guys for match 1.